everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. I just realized I forgot to turn on a lamp. Man. Yeah, that's approximately more like it. Hey, how you doing? Happy Sunday. I hope your weekend's going well. Good morning. Hi there. Hi. Welcome back to the War Within Alpha, although we're on a different character because I'm pretty sure my last one is never allowed back to Hallowfall because we got too high of a level. What I want to do, at least to start here today, is I realized I never got to the herbalism point that I wanted to check out yesterday. So I'm picking up herb, and then I guess I can pick up alchemy and we can maybe look at some other stuff. But for the moment, I want to pick up herb and then basically just go gather a bunch in the new zone to see how that feels. You know, take a look at some of the new nodes, take a look at some of the new effects, and maybe hopefully push it as far as getting into like the spec tree and stuff. I think I can take a spec tome as well, so once I've unlocked the spec tree I can get a bunch of knowledge, but I'm gonna need to get like the 25 points or whatever. Let me see here. We could also like buy herbs. Bottomless bag of alchemy ingredients. Herbs. Get a couple of these just in case it comes to it. And what is it? Spark of Omens? No, not that. Day 2 of having my PC. How's it going so far? Happy 10-7 week. Happy 10-7 week. Do you try engineering? Yeah. I didn't get to making anything. I looked at the potion bombs. They look pretty fun. I'm a fan of the concept. I haven't actually like tried making and chucking any yet. But we've got a whole stream today, so we might get that far. So those are... I'm looking for... I know they sell them. Sodium Warehouse Peddler. They have somewhere just like straight books of a null lotus. That's a rare herb, I guess. Of actual knowledge. So that we can try out profession training. And we'll refresh our concentration for crafting professions. Ah, these guys. Okay. So once we get 15 herb, we can get 1,000 spec points for Kazalgar Herbalism just to check it out. NPCs are huge. Load into WoW in seconds. Nice. Sometimes that makes a big difference. You know, you disconnect in a dungeon or something, and it's nice being able to get right back in. Okay, so we are all ready with dragon riding. See if they'll actually send me out there. They do stick you at 75. I'm just gonna hands off and let the loading screen do its thing. We'll have to pick a mount to skyride around on and do herbalism, because I did the quest here yesterday, or at least I did a good chunk of them, so I don't feel like a strong need to replay all of that. We certainly can. I guess we can just random favorite mount and just skyride and whatever comes up. That'll work. That's one way to do it. Am I tracking herbs? Sure I am. Alright, off and away. Do I know what the stream streak thing does? I don't think it does anything. I think it gives you channel points. I think you got 450 channel points for the 60 stream streak, which is effectively like a gold star sticker on your homework. I don't think it's got any real value, but it's cute that it's there, kind of thing. We're looking to turn on auto loot because this is no way to live. Scarlet on a 3 stream streak. Plus 350 points. Yeah, the points don't seem to scale up very much for larger streaks. We do love stickers here. This is true. I've got a surprising amount of stickers in my possession for someone that doesn't think that I have a thing for them. I have star stickers, and I have heart stickers, and I have unicorn stickers, and I have zebra stickers. And I have miscellaneous forest life stickers that are in more of like a waterproof vinyl thing that I plastered all over my water bottle because I'm a grown-up. Oh, there's another one. Flowers. So this is an Orbinid. Do I get a sticker for mating priest? Yeah, little casting animation sticker. Wee ones. Yeah, varying sizes of stickers. Going from the very small incentive stickers, which are the hearts and the stars, and then the unicorns and zebras and stuff are a bit bigger. Don't know where to put mine. Honestly, I don't know if I love them on my water bottle. They're fine. Some people put them on their PC. Some people put them on, I don't know. You gotta imagination. The trick is finding the surfaces in your life that will take stickers well without wearing down on them too much, but aren't I don't know, something permanent that you're gonna regret having glue residue on later. Don't want to waste them. Oh, true. That is another good point. Whoa, oh, ow, ow. Oh, it's a level 80 moth. That's why it hurts so bad. Maybe I'm not supposed to be in this area yet, but I needed the flowers. I feel so smart. I managed to find a way to connect my two D&D characters with backstory. Nice. Hello, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. I hope your weekend is going swimmingly. Alright, there was another... So that's level 75. That one's not going to be as much of a pain if I have to engage it. I swore there was another herb around here. Yeah. Plus, it's kind of fun having the random mount thing on. 74s. These guys are fine. Put stickers in my computer cases, so stick around for a few years at least. Good noon, everyone. Morning, everybody. Hello! I got up at 6 again, but then I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna get out of bed. I don't care how awake I am. I don't even care if I would feel better if I got up and did things. I'm gonna lay in bed and I'm gonna think, because I have this weird delusion that I can just think nice thoughts and that'll be a relaxing thing to do. It's not. I just worry. So after a while, I just picked up my book and I just started reading again, and that put me back to sleep. Doing better than yesterday. I ended up taking a huge nap yesterday afternoon. I was not conscious for the afternoon, and that's all right. It's Saturday. You can make time for it. Fisherman's pouch. What's in the fisherman's pouch? What is it? Where is it? I've lost it. This way. How's your weekend been? That's all right. Tomorrow is my first day off, but I gotta go out real early in the morning. So, it's an elite, but it's a level 74 elite. I think we can do it. I should be fine. Currently in the spring pollen explosion here. Extra tired and groggy. That's no fun. Oh, you wanna come up? We had a big wind blow through this morning. I'm hoping it's taking some of the allergens away for people. What else did I do? Oh, I made pesto. I finally, laid waste or committed violence against my basil and did the pesto thing. And honestly, it tasted nice when I was preparing it. I toasted the pine nuts by hand. I selected a fine cheese to include in it that was Parmesan adjacent. And it was, I don't know, it was fine. It wasn't everything I dreamed it would be, though. A little bit of a letdown. Kitty. Hi, kitty cat. I believe in early Hazel. Yeah. I'm like the little engine that could if it breaks down a lot for maintenance. I think I can, but sometimes I think I might be able to next week. This week's no good. Pesto is for when I treat myself to something special. Well, I have more of it in the fridge, but I'm a little scared. I'm a little scared to eat it again because there's nothing wrong with it. I don't think I did it wrong. It's kind of hard to do wrong. It's basically just oil, garlic, basil, cheese, paste, puree. Sausage adjacent. I think maybe I put it on whole wheat pasta noodles because I found some in my cupboard and I figured I would eat them to make them go away. And maybe that was the trouble. Was I tried to put them on something that was too fibrous. I don't know. What feels like it was missing? Oh, I don't know. I didn't feel very good. But I sometimes it's hard to tell if you ate something or if you're just having a bad feelings day. Hi, Miss Kira. Hello. How you doing? We have chickpea pasta. I can't bring myself to cook it. Oh no. I was thinking of roasting chickpeas and putting them into like a quinoa bowl situation. But oh, there's another one. How are we doing on our herb skill? Chili roasted chickpeas are fantastic. I like doing them with curry spices. Kitty on stream, instant sub. Quinoa bowl can be interesting. I'm usually too cheap to buy quinoa, but I got a bunch of it when I helped my mother rehome her pantry when she's moving recently. What does the overload do? That's the thing, is it's going to do something different for each of the different things. And from what I can tell, they're generally new. We don't really have like the elementals. I just looted a crystallized Erythor spear, and it gave me crystalline powder, which is apparently a new reagent of some kind. Fine magical powder made from the crystallized fragments of a crystalline herb or ore can be bought or sold in the auction house, and that's one of them. There's another crystallized Erythor spear over here, and I do have my overload cooldown up, so we can find out what happens when you overload that one, but probably just that one, because I think after that we're going to be on cooldown. If I look at my general spell book, my overload empowered herb, 12-hour cooldown, specialize into overloading the underground to gain significant cooldown reduction. Our profession tree says we're at Kazalgar herb 9, and we need to get 25 to begin specializing, so we need to get a few more of these, but I can go overload this crystalline one. Alright, what is it gonna do? Crystalline portal. So I'm gonna loot the herb first, because I have no faith. And then we take the crystalline portal. And it ported me to another thing. It's basically like the portal that we got from overloading order, I guess. There's also a treasure in here, although I can't see it. And then this looks like it was supposed to maybe take me back. Wait. I can't see now. I don't know if this is part of the herb experience, or if it's part of the star blessed glimmerfly. Am I looting anything? No, I'm not looting anything. This may be a part of a separate treasure that just happens to be in this cave that it happened to port me into. You'd think if I catch enough of them. I'm at 3. Catch 5 to illuminate your surrounding for yourself and other nearby players. Go! Okay, 4. 5. Ta-da! Ah, that is for the treasure chest. So, illuminated footlocker contained a cave spelunker's torch. It's a toy. I found a toy. Woo! Here, you want to see where it is on the map just for posterity? Right there. Ta-da! And the torch toy, as far as I understand, is a torch. But let's try it out anyway. Cave spelunker's torch. 1 second cooldown / used to ignite a torch. Oh man, that's kind of cool. That's kind of neat. And then the torch buff is, it appears to be just toggled on. Can I be in combat and then still have my torch? No, I lost my torch. I'd have to put it on again. I wonder if people will like macro that into stuff, like just to, I don't know. It'd be kind of cool to macro into your fortitude buff. So like for a while after you cast fort, you're just carrying around your torch. Neat. I heard keen wobble, and it took my brain a minute to parse it. To keen wobble. Flew to Calgary yesterday to surprise a friend. Aw. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, you guys are gonna have a great time. A life milestone. My brain's trying to figure out, and I'm not trying to pry, if that's a fancy word for birthday, or it can't possibly be a fancy word for birthday. So it must mean something else. Oh, I'm going through all the life milestones in my head. It's none of my business. I'm fine. Lush Erythor spear. Do we have new skill trees and profession gimmicks for gathering professions? Yeah. It seems to be very much built on the back of the original ones, but I need to get to Kazalgar Herbalism 25 to actually like get into the spec tree. It could be, but no, she's completing her PhD. I don't mind. That's fine. Oh, man. Oh, that's super fun. Man, there's a whole lot of things that you could consider to be life milestones depending on how you view the various components of a life. Okay. Start calling my birthdays life milestones. Please come celebrate with me. I survived another year. This is, I think, 3 of 4 zones. I believe there's one more after this. I'm not like hyper confident in my belief, but that's the vibe. Because there's got to be at least 4 zones, right? They must have released some kind of a preview. I think at BlizzCon they talked about the basics of the 4 zones. At a certain point, celebrating birthdays does feel more like surviving them. I mean, after you get through all of the early ones that like unlock perks in your life, like, you know, like when you're a kid, I feel like there was a lot of them. At least the way that my childhood was structured, I felt like there's a certain birthday where you're allowed to get your ears pierced, and then there's one where you're allowed to have, I don't know, color in your chapstick, and then there's one where you're allowed to stay up like your bedtime gets bumped back an hour because you hit this age, and then, you know, there's the normal ones like theoretically learning to drive or like, I don't know, sleepovers, etc. And then, you know, you get to like, now you're allowed to move out or encouraged to do so. And then you're, you know, now you're at an age where you can take on student loan debt. Go for it. But, you know, after they let you drink, you've kind of unlocked all the big ones. And then it's just it's like, well, what am I looking forward to now? I can already rent a car. Tyvan Grind is revealing how little of Forbidden Reach I did when it was released. Yeah, it was easy to let it slip by. The perk for every birthday for me is free drinks, and I'm okay with that. Legal drinking unlocked all downhill from here. There's something, I feel like 25 is like being able to rent cars, which probably is more important if you're the kind of person that wants to rent a car. I'm of the mindset of I could rent a car on a trip, or I could stay home. I have cereal in the cupboard, kind of vibe. Lush Blessing Blossom. That's Kazalgar Herb 17. Oh, you know what? We're not even going to be able to unlock all of the trees. I'll have to browse them to figure out what we want to unlock first, because even though I have all the spec points to fill them all out because of testing, I'm not going to have the I'm not going to have all of the, like, you need to like actually get your skill up. So I want to kill Grimslice and see what he gives. He's the Ragefin champion. I kind of love the Kobas. These tall Murlocs are awesome. Do you like the new zones so far? Yeah. This is my favorite zone so far, with the big crystal in the sky and all of this like these underground Arathi and these like churches and stuff. I think this is really cool. But the Raining Deeps was neat too. The Isle of Dorn was very pretty. When I hit 25, I used to think on all the business trips I take, I can rent a car. And now taking business trips is like hell on earth. Maddie, thank you for the 10-month resub. I don't believe Blizzard's saying that crystal isn't the sword. What sword? What if it's a different sword? What if someone saw the first sword go in and went, you know what, that looks like a real good idea, and then they went... Or what if it's the reverse? What if this sword was here first, and then someone was trying to copy it to replicate the effects? Traveling for work can get exhausting real fast. I absolutely agree. I remember the first time I ever went anywhere on a work trip, which was bizarrely enough like before content. I was like, this is so cool and exciting, and I'm such a grown up, and you know, we're in a hotel bar, haha. And then I realized in about a half an hour that I don't care for any of it, and I just like being home with my own bed, my own food, my own pets. Not that I had any at the time, but I do now. Are you in a giant cave, actually? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're underground, technically. The The only good part of the work trips is the per diem. I'm not familiar with what that means. Maybe I should be. Maybe that is the tip of the sword. I'll see you later, kitty cat. How are we doing on herb skill? I am up to 20. I need 5 more. Ashbringer was made with a small light crystal. Picture how big of an Ashbringer you could make with that crystal. How much money they give you for food and stuff per day. Oh, I see. I must have had something like that. I think maybe my boss handled it. Because I went on a trip with, like, my manager and his manager. And I think that... I don't remember. It was a long time ago. Whenever I went anywhere for content, I had to, generally speaking, feed myself. Sometimes there's like a catering table or something, but like they don't have to give it if they provide the meals. Yeah, that might be what's going on. Smart work traveler eats on the cheap, pockets the rest. I used to bring oats and a tiny kettle with me to hotels, and along with like a little bowl that I could like wash in a bathroom sink. And that way in the morning I could make my little oats in my room so I could just like eat by myself and not have to like... The last thing I want to do first thing in the morning is look at strangers or have them look at me. Eating breakfast in public is not my vibe. Like I'll do it, I'm just not happy about it. So I'd bring my little packet of like Quaker oats in my little bowl and my little kettle, and I would just like mix up my oats in my room. Breakfast should be private. I agree with you until waffle machines. Here we go. Looking for flowers. I guess I could go anywhere I want. I love a hotel waffle. Waffle machine calls me like a siren from the Iliad. I don't think I was ever brave enough to try that. I was usually so uncomfortable in any kind of like a breakfast room situation in a hotel that I would just grab something that looked like it was vaguely pre-made, like a muffin. I don't even like muffins, but I would grab one because they were like take it and leave size, and then go just like find some place to pick at it. Minimum per day, you need receipts. You eat really good if you're used to a half a meals a day only. Radiated mycobloom. Did that give me a debuff? Oh, it kicked me. I got some ley line residue from that. Remnant arcane energy. Oh. Have you noticed any battle pet changes? Nah. There's new pets that you can capture. I'm sure there must be trainers that you can fight, although I haven't come across any, I don't think. But I haven't noticed any changes to the system at all. The last trip I went on was to Missouri. I was stuck in a hotel for a week going to meetings. Aw. Speaking of battle pets, finally got a Sandstorm into Nars for that one last Kalimdor pet. Nice. Congratulations. That's a nice one to get tidied up. Oh, these two need to be swapped. There we go. Free breakfast with biscuits and gravy, which as a southerner, I'm contractually obligated to devour. You guys are talking me into next time I'm in a hotel, if it ever happens again. You guys are kind of talking me into the hotel waffle. I have a waffle iron at home. I can literally make my own waffles. I don't know what would be special or different about them in a hotel, but you're kind of talking me into it. Like more than 3 people separately endorsing them. Loaded with sugar. Oh. I see. Well, there's Ixlorb. I don't trust him. This is the outdoor area that matches up with the dungeon. And I'm a little scarred from the dungeon that we did yesterday. No, I've never had Waffle House waffles. Hotel sugar famously doesn't count. I've had waffle window waffles. There was a waffle window at Bridgeport Village for when I was there, and I would sometimes have waffles there. And then one time I got a waffle and a cone off a food truck in Portland. That was pretty exciting. Irradiated. I feel like I, at one point in my life, did... Oh, we're up to 25. Nice. Overload an irradiated node. I just don't remember what it did. But I should now be able to look through the herbalism specializations. Let's see what we're working with here. So, we've got basically bountiful harvests, increase your skill while gathering herbs and just benefit finesse and also refining them to higher qualities. Which I don't know about you guys, I never did that in Dragonflight. I know they let me turn like copper into silver or whatever. I never did it. It was never worth it. Gather the rare and elusive Nell Lotus from additional sources. Yeah, there's profession specializations are back. Fair warning, you will get weird looks when you're the 35-year-old making hotel waffles and throwing Fruit Loops in it. The Dragonflight specialization would still work, but only in regards to Dragonflight professions. It won't do you any good for Castle Guard professions. Thinking about mating a Shadow Priest for the first time in 14 years of WoW? Does it fit the theme of the new zones? There are voidy things going on, if that helps. Botany allows you to gather herbs while mounted. Also allows you to learn to plant and cultivate seeds at the Hellowfall farm. So I think I'm doing this one first. And then gives you extra deftness, finesse, and perception. And then overloading gives you cooldown reduction on overload. And then reduce negative side effects of gathering empowered herbs and gain additional benefits. We're going to start in botany. Here we go. And then once we get up to 50, we can get the overloading one on the way. But let's go ahead and top secret gain 1,000 spec points for Castle Guard herbalism just for testing. Ideally, you have to be drunk. It has to be 3 a.m. And the cook, when you pull up to the restaurant, has to be smoking menthol by the door and telling you they will be in after they finish. That's how you know the Waffle House will be good. I don't think... I've never even been to a diner in the middle of the night. Alright. So, regular botany gets you finesse per point while gathering herbs. And at 40 points into botany, we're going to be able to gather herbs while mounted, which will be exciting. There's a farm. Dust off me Sunsong pants and get after it. Are you going to PvP in the War Within? Love watching you do solo shuffle while I do solo shuffle. Aw, it's very sweet. I'm giving it a solid maybe. I don't know if I'm going to PvP in Season 4. I should be doing it right now, but yeah. I'll try it out for sure. Mulching or cultivation. This is the farm one. What does mulching do? Learn what causes plants to grow and thrive, increasing your skill related to lush herbs. And lets you process herbs into magical mulch, which does sound relevant to the farm. Botanical knowledge allows you to activate your green thumb, getting double the herbs from your next gather. I wonder if that's like an on-use. Learn to process herbs into imbued mulch. And then learn to process herbs into empowered mulch. I guess we can learn all of these because we have infinite points. We can find out. Midnight diner runs are a thing I've only ever heard my American friends talk about. Sure does sound like my vibe, though. I feel like it's usually around some kind of like an event. So like a convention or, I don't know, you're with a team and you're at some kind of a competition event. And for whatever reason, you guys are like out and then up late. Or I guess if you're just with your friends and you've been partying all night and it's like, you know, you want a cup of coffee and it's 2 a.m. Okay. And then over here, actually, you know what? I want to look at this green thumb spell before I get carried away. So I got a new button. It's a 1-hour cooldown. Utilize your Algari botanical knowledge in combination with latent magic found within the land. Doubles the herbs you receive when gathering your next herbs. That's an on use on a 1-hour cooldown. Okay. And then it takes some getting used to, but they've moved professions out of the spell book. They're on their own tab, and they've like shuffled around the buttons on the mini map or the mini menu as well. Post night out drunken Waffle House runs are legendary. I think the closest thing I ever did was one time after a night of like clubbing, when I was freshly of the age where you're allowed to do that. on our way home, we stopped at a McDonald's and we got McFlurries. I remember that. Vaguely. It's pretty drunk. Nope, not alchemy. Herbalism. Alright. When you unlock it, expand your knowledge of the verdant seeds found in Kazlagar, allowing you to find them more often. They can be planted at the Hallowfall farm. Get crystalline seeds while gathering crystallized herbs. Get irradiated seeds. Get spore-fused seeds. And then you can find the seeds more often. So we'll cap all this out. The clubbing hazel phase. Yeah, it was a real exciting 3 weeks of my life. Are they giving a lot of prof points in alpha to try things out at max? Yeah, exactly. You can get a tome that gives you just like 1,000 flat prof points, so you can just basically spec everything out. Stayed super late at Komoricon. You may want to know how to fight. Oh dear. Okay. So let's see if we can find any of these seeds. Next time I find I know it's not quite the same, but next time I find a fancy note or like a lush one, I'd like to use my green thumb on it because it feels like if I'm gonna double the gain of my next herb gather, I want it to be on something good. Make an earthen named Hazelgar and war with it instead of Kazalgar. I guess I don't know what Algar means, but if they use it to talk about a place, wouldn't that be like naming myself like Hazeltopia? Hazelville? Here's a blessing blossom. I got a verdant seed. All right. Plant the seed in a patch of rich soil can be found on the Hallowfall farm. There's the Arathi capital. Oh, you know what? We haven't done any delves either. I should try the delves. I want to find the farm first, though. Hazel Haven. Say that 3 times fast. Hazel Stand. Here, after a night of clubbing or similar, the go-to is a burger or kebab from one of the many kebab joints around. Oh. Many people have places for names. Good morning. Good morning. I hope you're doing well. Do I have a plan for how to find the Hallowfall farm aside from just like, I don't know, crossing a grid across the zone like I'm search and rescue? We just zoom in and we look for dirt. That looks like dirt. Let's go check that out. My bird tired. Actually, genuinely does look like dirt. Maybe this is it. That would be pretty cool. Flashback to the Denny's in Miami, Florida on the US 1 and 104. Sad it's a bank now. Who is... Oh, it's a flight master. I'm thinking, who is Rubane Hilheim and Hilhelm? And why is he marked on my map? He's a flight master. Hilhelm Stead. I see, I see. Have you seen my glass eye? Huh. And they have the funny chickens again. They have the silkies. Do love me a good fluffy chicken. Hilhelm Family Farm, Hallowfall. Well, I found a farm. There's strange dirt. This is the Duskrise acreage. We don't want strange dirt. We want rich soil. Plus, there's like a lot of enemies and stuff here. Like going to the state fair, seeing the animals there. Dragon riding book mount. Let's go. Yeah. I'm pretty excited for this. This, like, appears to be more of a questing area. Here's the delve. I must not get sidetracked before I've found the farm. I wonder if the farm needs you to do any questing to unlock it? I don't know. Lights blooming. I want it to be around here because I found farm. I just don't know if it's the right farm. How much farming can be happening underground? Yeah, maybe we clean it up and then we get adopted. Were there quests over here that I was meant to do? No, I've gone too far. Well, if that's farm-like, is there anything else that strikes me as... Yeah, maybe over there. Give that a try. We also ought to pick the herbs on the way. Any amount of farming if we assume the cave size is infinite. It's just funny to me that apparently this crystal gives off radiation that can grow crops. Like, I know that we have, like, plants and trees and enormous flowers and stuff down here, so photosynthesis should be kind of a given. It's just weird, you know? You ever try to keep a houseplant in a basement, you know? It's a tough go of it. Yeah, it is a huge map. Well, this also looks farm adjacent. This is Belladar's bounty. I feel like this isn't it. But they have carrots. They have enormous carrots. I mean, we are successfully locating... Here, let's see what the quest is in here. Hi, can I help you? I'm the only surviving mage. If I don't open a portal home, who will? If only I had learned before we left home. Oh, man. This guy. Ask about research into teleportation magic. Ask why you can't make a portal right now. Ask about the origin of the crabs. Are there crabs around here? Oh, these crabs. Actual crabs. Strange, isn't it? What could be causing this? Anyway, I don't think he's going to help me with my farm. Morning. Relatable. Am I right, fellow millennials? Morning, Ujai. Oddly enough, MTG had a similar concept with the Lost Caverns Vixelon. Giant crystal functioned as the sun. Pardon me. Cold coffee, but still good. I'm a little bummed that I found 2 farms and neither of them are the ones where I'm planting my herbs on yet. Maybe it's over here, like out of the way. Let's go take a look. I'm assuming I'll know it when I see it. Like there'll be rich soil like around. Maybe it'll be marked on my map in some capacity. I guess I don't know for a certainty. Dinosaurs, pirates, and vampires in there. Wonder how the finished map will look since the zones are kind of on top of each other. It looks like they're on top of each other, but they're like they do nest side by side here. Oh, and the Lost Caverns of Ixalan. I see. When they roll out updates for the new versions of Alpha, gameplay changes or graphical ones too? Both. They'll do a build and it'll have a handful of various different things in it. It might have new specs, it might have changes to things. The graphic stuff kind of happens along the way. Do you have full control of the profession talent trees? I don't understand. I have... What do you mean? curious if you've had a chance to test Druid Flight forms with Dynamic Flight. I did a little bit. Works good. It's pretty cool. Can you assign a bunch of points? Yes. Yes, you can. Yeah. I'm not familiar with Josh Strife. Who is Josh Strife? I mean, I trust you guys, but whenever it's like a name I don't know, I'm always nervous. What's going on over here? A worn down journal. Because this looks like it could be a farm. If you gave me this land, I could live here. He's a streamer and a YouTuber. That doesn't immediately make me feel better. What is over here? Standing here, the closest I have been to Belladar, the truth that is deep within my heart tells me that I've been fooled. Oh yeah, that guy. Shockingly enough, one of the people is a little troubled. Are you familiar with Hazel? Hazel Nutty Games. Nutty Games. You mean Hazel from Hazel Nutty Games? Oh man, I don't know. I don't know about that one. No, you can't reset your resource points. Never heard of her. I don't know how you're supposed to keep track of somebody if their hair color keeps changing. WoW offered him a sponsorship. 1, if that sounds plausible. 2, are you sponsored by Literal WoW? I am not currently sponsored with Literal WoW. It does sound plausible because they do sponsor individual videos sometimes. Usually the ones that they post on their own channel. They'll they do projects like that you could call sponsorships. Like the variety show, for example, could be considered a sponsorship. But usually in that context, that people mean something that's like more of like an ongoing partnership where you like, I don't know, you get paid every month and you do a certain amount of shoutouts and you have like the banners in your stream and everything. I've never seen WoW do that, but that doesn't mean that they haven't or that they wouldn't. They're doing all kinds of stuff lately. But no, not me. Besides, I think that an ongoing endorsement would be a tricky thing because usually those come with, it would be a tricky thing for a WoW content creator because usually those come with clauses where you're not allowed to badmouth the people that are paying you. Like you're not supposed to trash talk the people that are endorsing you. It's kind of part of the contract. And it would be a thorny thing to navigate if your job is to be like a in the WoW, you know, content and commentary space, you know, if you're not allowed to criticize the game, it would be like an awkward thing. Like I don't think they're usually too fussy about it, but it would still be a bit of a conflict of interest to have like an ongoing thing. That had Platinum WoW do a lot of their lore videos for the official YouTube channel. I know once upon a time they got Bellular to do like a whole batch of like new player guides. Who are you? Where am I? I can't overload this, can I? Oh, I can! I got my overload off cooldown. So let's see what happens when we overload the irradiated one. Oh, I got a button. Arcane duplication. Use the latent energy to magically duplicate the basic form of a nearby herb. Can I duplicate this one? Yeah, I can, so I can get a regular Blessing Blossom. Yeah, they're using irradiated in this context to mean imbued with arcane energy. But yeah, it's irradiated. Yeah, if true, then I would expect to see it popping up for other creators, even if that one particular person didn't take it, because usually they don't just like try one person and then go, well, never mind. Nodes functional. Like Dragonflight, is there an element you can farm rare node thing for each herb? Yeah, it seems like we've got 3 different types of special kinds of herbs. You've got your hang on a second. Where were they? Crystalline, irradiated, and spore fused, as well as lush, which does the same thing that it did before. They should have goodness. Haven't seen one in a minute. Don't know if their budget ran out. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen any offers in a minute, but I also haven't been like skimming the inbox super closely. They may have just turned off the marketing faucet for the moment. Is the Harvest Moon Simulator active on alpha? That's what I'm trying to find out. That's what I'm trying to find out. I'm looking for it. I have got the specialization that should let me plant the seeds. I found a few of the seeds. It just says maybe found in the Hellofall farm. I'm like looking for it basically. I thought this was a promising looking area. It was not. Go check the southern area. Harvest Moon Simulator. It's just a fancy way of someone saying farm. There's an area where the rich soil is, instead of it just being spread out randomly everywhere, and it seems like there are some things that may feed into it. I have a feeling it's going to be less involved than what people want. I know we all kind of miss the Sunsong Ranch. I love a good farming minigame. Even the Nightfall farm. But I don't know. I won't know until I find it. I gotta find it. We can't really compare it to Sunsong or Harvest Moon or Stardew Valley or anything until we take a look at it and see what's going on. As far as I know, it's just like a grid of rich soil so that you know where to find them. I'm hoping there's more to it than that, but I need to see it. Yeah, that's the ring is Halo. That's I'm Archon spec right now, so that is my hero talent tree empower thing. It will occur a number of times. It does extra damage. It takes some whatchamacallit, reduces enemy movement speed. It gives me a proc my Surge of Insanity. The enemies hit by it will take extra damage from me for a little while. There's also a version where you can have it extend the duration of your next Dark Ascension or Void form, or your current one if you're in one already. I'm salty against the Nightfall farm because they didn't explain you had to plant the buff plants before the seed. Yeah. The garrison did have an herb garden. It was basically just a set of spawn points, and herbs would spawn there every day. Was the gist of it. You weren't like watering or tending it necessarily. I think it was like the mine. You would just gather the nodes as they came up. Was that fun or not quite what you wanted? No, the garrison farm ruined the economy because you could just there was no real good reason for anybody to go gather herbs or ore out in the world in Warlords, because you could just have a bunch of alts and you could just log on to all of them in turn and loot all of these nodes from like pre-specified spawn points. It was incredibly boring. Garrison was Blizzard declaring war and gathering, and I liked it. It was one of the reasons that I don't know, the economy was rough and wild in Warlords for all kinds of reasons. They also pumped tons of gold into it via the mission table. There's a lot of inflation going on. I don't think I'm gonna find the farm over here. This doesn't really seem very farm-like. This is more Revendreth-y. It is true, boring is subjective. Maybe you can farm anima. I mean, you could send out anima missions and do it that way. That's basically the same thing with a different interface. I'm gonna find this farm if I have to, like, fly around this zone all morning. I got 2 more hours. I got nothing else to do. Maybe it is the farm up in the top side and I just need to do some side quest to unlock it or something. Or maybe the unlock's not, like, in yet. It's possible that it's not implemented. But it should be in this zone. It says Hellofall Farm. We're in Hellofall. There's gotta be a farm. Boring is also making big holes with drills, but Would you look up where it is? Does anybody know where it is? I was kind of thinking that if somebody knew, they would have told me by now. From the screenshot they posted on Twitter, it looks like it must be near the edge of the map. Was there like ocean in it? Stalactites behind the farm building. Plans for your upcoming weekend? I don't know. I think I'm still drowning. What if it's in Bashir? Have you gone fishing? No. Maybe on Tuesday I'll see if I can get out there. If it's not raining tomorrow, I might be able to do a little bit, but if the weather's bad, I don't really want to hang out there and just get cold. I miss your fishing stories. Are we secretly secret finding? I mean, I'm trying to feature find. I guess if I don't find it, I can try the delves, but I want to find it. Raining is good, more fish biting. Yeah, I get really cold. I get very, very cold. Because it's usually, if it's wet, it's usually also windy. And it just saps any heat right out of you. And it's hard for me to... I don't know how, like, the grizzled fisher people do it, but my fingers don't work so good. I have a hard time tying knots and stuff. You want to know what I found out recently? I do. What's that? Fun facts. When did you start playing WoW? I turned this on, 56 minutes ago? But, 2009, I think, is the answer you're after. LL Bean fisherman's sweater. Are you coming for my LL Bean hoodie? Listen, this thing is fleece lined. Although it's not fleece lined in the sleeves, and it doesn't have any kind of like elastic or hem in the bottom that I should have used levitate that keeps the heat in, so it's like not as warm as you want it to be. Moose likes the rain because he likes puddles. He doesn't mind getting rained on, but he mostly wants there to be standing water for him to stick his nose into and blow bubbles. Miserable in Western CT right now, just drizzly in the cold. Good for cozy vibes. Spot looks kind of like the screenshot. Okay. When they asked about fishing, my mind went to WoW fishing, and I was like, dogs? Something change? At least he doesn't roll in the mud. He'll roll in mud if there's a dog that wants to roll with him in the mud. We gave him a bath last night because he was playing in the mud with some doggies. He had a ball of a time, and then scrubbed him down at home. And now he's all soft and he smells good. So much fur came out of that dog in and after the bath. Holy smokes, he is shedding right now. At first I thought he was only blowing his coat out of his back legs, but that's just where it started. He is a shed machine. This is just the way the maps look on Alpha. I need a command for that. Holy smokes. Oh, coat blow. I do that thing where I just like pluck the tufts of hair out from his coat when it's shedding, and he's doing that thing where he's like, "Mom, please." I may go fishing this summer. There's a river like a block away from me. It has bream and catfish. Oh, lucky. I wish I could walk to fishing. And the big thing that stops me from going fishing more often than I want to is that I have to drive. I'm gonna go on the busy road. I don't like it, but it's worth it if I can go fishing. There's a river close to where I live. And remember, I live in Germany. So this river has turtles in them in just one spot. A fallen over tree in the water, but still turtles quite rare and endangered as well. That's lovely. Are they like big turtles? Little turtles? We get turtles on a log sometimes at one of our parks here. The amount of cat hair I vacuum each week is insane. Yeah, it really piles up. Dirty Belly, thank you for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. I don't think I can vacuum this. He doesn't even like the blow dryer. Whenever, after the bath, I just give him the best towel dry that I can, and then I call it a day. Oh, hang on. Herbs. pretty small turtles in the grand turtle scheme of things. We have little turtles in the near north corner of Central Park. Baby ducks play with them. Watch a 3-hour stream of just that new map. It's not going to look like this when the expansion comes out. It's just a development map. I also think it looks neat, but I don't know why people are like losing their minds over it. So many people have been like, whoa, that's crazy. I love the new map. This is a no touchy paw kind of dog. He's not thrilled about touchy paw. He'll let me do it, but if I'm kind of trimming his nails like 1, maybe 2 at a time, because that's as long as he'll let me do it for. It's a good map, NGL. Yeah, no, there's a delve here, and there's another one over. Hang on, I had it. I thought it was on this side of the zone. Yeah, over here. There's the Mycomancer Cavern, and there's the Nightfall Sanctum. I want to find this farm, though. There's some dirt over here. You'd think this would be it, right? Like, do you think they just found, like, a vaguely farm-adjacent place to take their screenshot because they didn't know where they were going to put it yet? Oh, yeah, there is a third one. There's the Sinkhole. That's true. There's 3 delves. Should really look into doing one of them. So there's a farmhand. The specialization text doesn't really seem to indicate that there's any unlocking to do. They're still working on implementing the dragon flying, the skywriting talents, but I think the intention is that the dragon flight glyphs are baseline. My cats will not let me trim their claws. Have to take them to the vet. I've tried everything. Oh, that's frustrating. I can see how that would be really hard. Kitty's really patient with me because I've spent because I'm lucky that she's a really sweet girl, and we've worked on it a lot from a very young age. And I mean, I got Moosey at a young age, so you'd think it would be the same thing, but if he's too excited, he's not going to let me hold his paw still, and I don't want him to like try to yank it while I'm like clipping it and clip the wrong part, especially because his claws are so like thick and strong that you have to really like give her on the nail clipper. And the last thing I want to do is like cut his nail too far up and, you know, blood everywhere. Sad puppy, no good. Wouldn't it be super fun if new players had to fly through Dragonflight to get flying glyphs? It wouldn't be that bad. It would be good. I feel like this is a promising area because it's kind of near to the central location. I don't know. Yeah, I've seen girl with dogs. I also like it when there's cats. Shepherd's fussy about their feetsies. I mean, he is 24% shepherd. It counts. He's more shepherd than he is anything else. Sometimes I wonder if I should shave his paw pads because he does have kind of some extra fuzz between his beans, but I feel like if I try and do it, he's gonna bite me. He's not gonna bite me, but he's gonna move, and then it's just gonna be messy. I guess if I put like a little guard on the clipper so that even if he jumps, it's not gonna do anything. Love for cat videos. I was kind of hoping that if I picked up and started, this is an amazing area. The quest in here that maybe somebody would like point me towards the Hellfall farm. Dog hates having his nails clipped, but grinding no problem even though it's noisy. Weird. Oddly specific husky percentage. Well, no, it's 24% shepherd. And then... hang on. There is a husky percentage. Husky is number 3 in the list. I have a reference image somewhere. Reference infographics? Yeah. Just once. That's what it was. Just for fun. This was and mind you, it's not like it's a DNA test, so they're not guaranteed to be 100% accurate. They're just giving their best guess against the bank that they have. This was his thing. So it was 24% shepherd, and then 19% Malamute, 16% husky, and then a bunch of everything else. I always thought it was funny that his 4th biggest pie slice was Australian cattle dog because he looks nothing like an Australian cattle dog. He looks more like a Roddy or I don't know. He's also 11. Oh no, yeah. Oh, sorry. 4 was was Pity. That's right. It was fun though. This is kind of expensive, but it's tickled me pink so much that I feel like it was worth it. It's not actionable information, but I love some dog trivia, especially when he's like such a blender dog. Michael Bloom. So his family has a history of sleeping around. Thoughts on pet birds? For me in my life, not passing judgment on anybody else, I like birds when they're outside and they're like flying around and stuff. And then if they're chickens, I like them when they're outside. I'm not really a birds in the house kind of girl. There's a hoof trimming YouTube channel I watch. Don't know why. It's satisfying to see him help animals in need. Aww. Looks less than 7% Australian cattle dog. Moosey. He's so soft right now. I'm never going to find this, am I? I should just do the delves. Is there anywhere I haven't looked? We checked here. There's a bunch of farm land up here. We took a look. I guess I could make sure I've like really scoured it. This isn't very farmy. This isn't very farmy. This was empty. It's got to be either this or here, unless there's like a, I don't know, like a hidden location or something. Hang on. I'm going to just make a command real quick. Don't mind me. Yeah. Hang on. I got to log back into my thing. Let's go with that. It's Alpha, calm down. Turtles are the pets that outlive you. I like the cat command. Hello, my kitty's missing. She's gone. She's around somewhere, I'm sure. She was here earlier. Oh no, you're fine. You're totally fine. It's a valid question. It's a cool looking map. It's just been coming up a lot recently. We're just streamlining our answering process. That's all. All right, let's see. I'm gonna just skim that area that I already checked. I'm just gonna look over it one more time, and then if I can't find anything, I'm gonna give up and do some delves. Yeah, dragon riding on the horses is pretty cool. I feel like one big continent, or are the zones scattered? We haven't yet seen how you travel between the zones. Although it did seem like, at least in one case, there was like a big kind of tunnel down, because they are to some extent vertically stacked. Not like underneath each other, but kind of like a sort of a spiral staircase. Hillhelm. So there's a timekeeper up here. I guess I can also, especially if I find an area that's not swarming with NPCs. There's a flight point here, which makes me think this is encouraging. This is level 80 seed. I wonder if the farm is something that you get access to at level 80. I wonder if that's part of the trouble. Like, it's here, it's just not...
Keep him warm, I hope.
It's just not here. This cat is called Myral Murder Mittens. If that's not a Girl with Dogs reference, I don't know what is. Because, yeah, these are level 80 mobs. Pasteurize acreage. Cabbage pile requires level 80. Harvest bot. I think this has to be the area. It feels to me like this is just not available sub level. Do you have a favorite mount or the ones coming the war within? I don't think I do yet. I have a favorite hunter pet. Wow, head article, Hello Farm not available for testing. Well, 16 days ago, the zone wasn't available for testing. Strange dirt. There's no way they're just going to let me... I found an irradiated seed. Did I get it from that thing? No, I got it from the last thing.
I don't have a target.
Rich soil can be found in the Hellofall farm. Yeah, it's the mud skipper. I like the lynxes. That's true, actually. There are lynx mounts. Those are up there. Cat will come and meow at me until I follow him to the other room and turn on the faucet for him. Aw. Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like this area might be the thing. And that it's just not done yet. It's just interesting that the tree doesn't say anything about like unlocking it or anything. Because we've got everything is level 80. Like these little root guys and these big lash room guys are level 80. It doesn't show me any quests that I'm like not high enough level to pick up, but maybe they're just not in yet because you know you can't even get to 80. It's pretty gloomy. Oh man. Alright. That's not helpful. Because there's a lot of different fields here. Oh, I can hear Moosey woofing in his sleep. Yeah, I think it might be time for delves. I might take a short break. And then change the stream title and then try out some delves when we get back. Although it was neat to see the herbalism spectries. It's nice to know that it's once again a put 40 points in and then you can gather herbs while mounted kind of situation. I keep hoping that I'm just gonna see like a soil, and that'll just be it, you know. I don't currently have my UI code posted anywhere. I don't have any plans to make it available. I just don't think it's very good. It's not something I made with the intent of distributing, and I just kind of made it to work for me. I'm flattered by the request, but I basically just scooched some bars around. Saw the herbs that sent you flying. Any other herb effects? The other ones haven't been super obvious to me. There was one that just like hurt me the other day. There was one that just did a bunch of damage, but I couldn't tell if that was because of the herb or something else had happened. Also, I could have sworn that I put enough points in to be getting herb while mounted, but it doesn't look like I am herbing while mounted, do I? Does it? Not alchemy. I want herb. Specializations. I really should be able to gather herbs while mounted. Kind of funny. Maybe I'll try. I want to try something if I find another herb. I know that. I wonder if it's just like a quirk where it's kicking me off my skywriting mount, but it wouldn't kick me off a ground mount. I think it might have been the spore-infused ones that hurt. So this one is irradiated. Yeah, it's definitely kicking me off my mat when I pick it. And that's the one that kicks you around. See, now I want to find a... I don't think I've seen any spore-infused ones in this zone, but if we can find a crystalline one, we can check on that. Yeah, let's use our green thumb. I've also got like halfway through this level just by herbing. We haven't done anything else. What is this one? That one's lush, which is just more plus a seed. Plant it in a patch of rich soil. Can be found on the Hallow Fall farm. It's neat. It seems like the seeds correspond with the herb types this time instead of just being like angry or not angry, etc. Myco Bloom, Lush Blessing Blossom. I guess I should issue a report that the botany talent's not working. Is it possible leveling by herbing streams are back on the menu? Yeah, actually, if I don't have plans for my alt professions, it feels like it would be not a bad way to do it, especially if I need those herbs for alchemy. Never left the menu. That was like my BFA bread and butter, was leveling my alts via herb. All right, so let's see what happens when we... No, the irradiated one was the one that kicks you around. I need to find a crystalline one to see what that does. I know when I overloaded the crystalline one, it gave me a portal. I think. Yeah, that was the one. So one of the ones when overloaded gave you a portal that ported you to a nearby herb. And then one of them gave you an ability to copy an herb. Like it let you duplicate like it gave you an on-use active button that let you duplicate an herb. And then I don't know what the spore-infused one does because I don't see any spore nodes in this zone. Or at least I haven't found any yet. Yeah, I think we'll have to do the campaign at least once on our first character to level up. What if it'll teleport you to Vashir? Wonder if it's possible to dodge the pushback from the herb. Oh, maybe. I didn't even think of it being centralized onto the herb. I just kind of assumed it was like a bomb on me, like it was with the wind thing. But I don't know that for sure. Oh, I got a knowledge point. Nice. We don't super need those right now, but it doesn't hurt. What's our skill at? 28 after all this work. I've been seeing these Arathi treasure hoards everywhere. I wonder if that's just like a generic treasure that has multiple spawn points. What does it have in it? What do we got? Not implemented yet. Looks like nothing. I have noticed the herb nodes have gotten, it feels like, bigger. Like, most of them are bigger than my gnome. I guess dragonfly herbs were pretty big, too. Like, scout packs for rep items? Maybe, yeah. That totally could be it. What's going on? There's a horn. There's a mini map horn. I don't have any radiant cords, so pardon me. Do you have your gnome customization saved somewhere to remake? I just kind of know it by now, because there's not that many options. Are these are void goats in love? That's a void goat in love. Yeah, gnomes don't have so many options, so it's pretty easy to just kind of This creature is tormented by the light from the crystal. This creature.
I need to target something.
Alright, neither of them dropped any loot. Oh yeah, look at my gnome next to this herb. It's like a tree. Alright. Perfect. Okay. I want to find out what the basic default effect is for looting a crystallized herb. So I'm actually not even going to overload this one because I don't want to confuse myself with extra stuff going on. So when you loot a crystallized mycobloom, 2-minute buff, filled with power, secondary stats increased by 3%, protected from negative effects of altered and weeping nodes. Further mining or herb gathering extends the duration. Oh. So those are just straight up good. They don't seem to hurt you at all. Oh, we found a spore fused one. Okay, I need to overload that to find out what that does. Altered or weeping nodes. I don't know if I've seen a weeping or an altered node. Alright, let's find out. So I'm overloading the spore fused. And it is creating a spore-elusive lure drop. Which I looted and it disoriented. Seeing spore-elusive herbs, find the correct herb. Hang on, there was a puzzle! I did it wrong. What? I also got some spores. These are not giving me anything. They're just hurting me. Those are damage. I think that happened to me last time as I was running around chasing them and they just like hurt me. It is not like the Xerolix spore ones. Why are the plants weeping? I think weeping is just a verb for anything that's like leaking liquid. Doesn't have to be out of your eyeballs. You could have a wound that weeps. You know, it's a nice thought, right? Well, that was kind of cool. And I want to do it again so I can like look at the puzzle a little bit more. Here's another crystallized one. And yeah, it's just it just gives you that buff. Well, if I herb enough to get my overload empowered back off cooldown. My D&D brain went straight to Feywild with that information. I was gonna get up, but then I kept picking herbs. Maybe I'm not done herbing yet. Alright, I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Let's see. One of these goes in one of these ears. With the dog shedding right now, I have to vacuum today. Like, you move your feet to take steps and just, like, tumbleweeds of dog hair, like, you know, floof away in your wake. And it's not like it's been years since I've done it or anything. He's just, like, chucking hair out of him left and right. All right. What was I doing? I wanted to find another. It was tough. I wanted to get my overload cooldown off cooldown. I wanted to find another spore fuse node and I wanted to overload it. I wonder if I can read actually in the spell book about it. Let's see here. Find a nice safe place to land. So professions, herb, journal. Oh, I can make mulch. Prepare the mulch for use. You will apply it to the next herb you gather, granting you a giant amount of finesse. You can only use one mulch at a time. So empowered mulch gives you giant finesse. imbued mulch gives you large finesse. Oh, I see. So they all cost 2 microbloom, and they all give finesse. It's just doing the best one is better. So we use 2 microbloom. We make a mulch. We use it to apply a buff. It's a 5-minute buff. So you gotta find your find your herb. That's kind of cool. I thought mulch was gonna be farm related, but it seems like it's something to use in the field. And we gotta find another herb and find out if it's like what. How good we talking here? That reminds me to turn on the RoboVac. So this is like a regular Aerithor spear. What, my finesse didn't even proc? I mean, I guess I don't have any profession equipment on, or enchants, or like even the other 2 trees filled out. But really? With my whole buff? Because that totally consumes the buff too. Yeah, you can make yourself like a whole stack of this stuff. Because it looks, Microbloom are probably going to end up being dirt cheap. It seems like it's the common one, like Occabloom was. So you'd think that at least the epic version of it might work out to be, you know, mathematically valid. Happy Cinco de Mayo, Hazel and Chat. Happy Cinco de Mayo. So here, let's use another one. After this. I'm bummed that I haven't found the farm location, but the more I poke around with just regular herbing, the more I'm liking what I see. I was gonna put that on a bar. Alright, empowered mulch, and I still didn't even get a finesse proc. Apparently it's a massive amount of finesse, but it's either not working or it's not a massive enough amount of finesse to guarantee a finesse proc. Just about fell down my stairs. Oh! I'm with Vashkov. Be careful. The Ghastly Brim mount from Hallows Eve will have skywriting as well. I don't have it on Alpha right now. Are you gathering data points for the War Within Gathering It plugin? I am not at this time. I would love to find... Oh, hang on, I was supposed to use because I haven't had any finesse procs at all. I do have some. There's just some base amount of finesse, or maybe it's finesse 60 from my knowledge. I see. Oh, it tells you what they do. Okay, cool. Okay, so the Deep Grove Rose is just the knowledge drop. And so this appendix is telling you how much more herb knowledge is available for you to find by herbing. So I have 5, and I could get 6. Yeah, we saw the crystal go purple in game yesterday. It happens when you do the quest line. This, so it tells you what happens when you overload. So overloading a crystallized herb creates a portal to send you to another nearby herb. And if you are spec'd into it, you can get a portal back after gathering your destination. Overloading the irradiated herb allows you to use arcane duplication, channel the siphoned arcane magic into an herb, and create a gatherable copy of it. So you can just dupe an herb that you find. It's like a 5 minutes that you get that buff, so you could dupe the original herb if you haven't actually gathered it yet. Like you could overload the irradiated herb and then duplicate it and then gather both of them, or you could save that dupe for a different herb as long as you find it within 5 minutes. And then the spore fused one says, and this is what I want to know, overloading spore fused herbs will cause a reaction with the magical spores that generates a strange phenomenon. So numerous herbs appear nearby, and gathering the correct one will actually give real reagents and materials to the herbalist. Gathering the wrong herbs will disorient the herbalist and hurt them. So that's what happened to me. I need to see it again so I can figure out how I'm supposed to know what the right one is. I wonder if because I was just clicking randomly. I wonder if some of them don't match. Like if you get like an irradiated blessing blossom, and then it spawns like a blessing blossom, a Michael Bloom, and a lure drop, and you have to find the matching one, or is this just like Minesweeper? Like what are we saying here? I need to get my overload off cooldown first to find out, and then I need to and then after that I'll need to whatchamacallit, finding another spore fuse node. But now I know they do exist up here, especially like over in this area, so we can try I want to try that again. I said the barrel came in herb form. There has to be something that indicates to you what the right one is. It can't possibly just be like a oops, well, sucks to be you. Because otherwise you would never overload a spore fuse node. It seems like just worse than the other ones. This is what our map looks like right now. Yeah, it's pretty big. Some people like to live dangerously. Yeah, I think which ones you overload is probably going to come down to which of the secondary material is the most valuable, kind of like how we were overloading order nodes in Dragonflight because order was juice. it was money. If we get our herbalism skill up to 50, I can dump spec points into overloading to get our cooldown off faster. Oh yeah, and there's the last knowledge point. You get the 3. Yeah, you get a total of 8 knowledge from gathering for herb every week. Yeah, Xalatath is around for sure. I think. I'm not paying super close attention to A, avoid obvious spoilers, and B, not a huge story follower. But yeah, that's definitely she's involved. What dagger? She was so nice to me. Well, was she? I don't know. She was so present in my life during Legion. I was a Shadow Priest main back then. I didn't think I would ever really play a whole lot of Shadow again after I'd rediscovered Holy, but it's kind of fun. Could do both. I like the horses flying through the air with their little jumpy animation that they get. I wish I could plant these seeds. I bet you it's just like planting them in Dragonflight. I bet you it's going to be kind of the same thing as it always has been. My puppy is the destroyer of all toys. I feel that. Oh, they have so much fun doing it, though. As long as they're not eating pieces of it. Sometimes sacrifices are made. I think I decided that for Moosey's birthday meal, I'm going to cook him some chicken, and I'm going to make him some yam, too, because he likes those things, and he's had them both before as, like, those are both things that he eats sometimes as treats, so it's not going to, like, I don't want to get him something super special that he never has, and then it just, like, destroys his tummy and makes him have a bad night. You can outdistance it. Good thinking. That is true. The explosion radius that knocks you back is absolutely centered on the herb. You can totally just book it away from the herb if you do so immediately, and you won't get kicked back. It's kind of nice. Good thinking. Good looking out. Yams, it's like a punishment. What do people have against yams? They're delicious. Moosey really likes them, and so do I. Appreciate they made a new animation for the horsefly running. Naltally, thank you for the 10-month resub. Appreciate it very much. Love your streams. Aw. I do think on the topic of yams, there are some people that have only ever had them in the context of like a really sickly sweet casserole with mushrooms on top. Or not mushrooms, marshmallows on top, that is served at the holiday times, and I don't really like those either. I like yams roasted with like just like a little bit of oil and salt and maybe some like, I don't know, cumin or something. And then on like sandwiches or like yam fries kind of thing. Anti-yam trend, yams and broccoli. I also have really come to enjoy broccoli. Separation of people who just don't like or eat minimal veggies. Yeah, we had a fun conversation in Guild last year where the topic of vegetables came up, and there were people that are like, that will, you know, eat like a wide variety of foods, and then there were people that were like, I don't know, it looks green. Which there's lots of various reasons to have food sensitivities. It's not a problem. You know, I'm not here to judge anybody else's life. But it yeah, if I'm cooking broccoli, I like steaming it, and I like steaming it for not super long. I don't want it dead. I want it to be kind of like emerald green and still a little crunchy. But that is a personal preference. Roasted broccoli is alright, but I prefer steamed. What is this? Can you help me farm? I don't think you can help me farm. You're looking for a scouting party. You don't look like you want a garden. Once again, this stream makes me hungry. Tore into a toy, chewed at the plastic squeaker. Majority of it has been reclaimed. Don't think he really ate any of it. Is he a pretty big puppy? Is he pretty big size? If anyone serves me broccoli, she can claim it off my plate. I need my vegetables prepared as unhealthily as possible. I do love a cheese sauce with broccoli. Sometimes I would make mac and cheese, and I would put broccoli in it because I figured I like cheese sauce on pasta and I like cheese sauce on broccoli. Why not both? I'm still working on getting that overload off cooldown. I want to overload at least one more spore node just to see what it does before I do any whatchamacallums, delves. I'm surprised I've kind of stopped getting herb skill. I've got a number of herb knowledge recently, but the last herb skill I got was getting up to 30, and it was a while ago. It seems like the rate of skilling up has like really fallen off substantially. Do you miss doing your baking streams? Aw. No. I feel like the correct answer is that I should wax nostalgic about them a little bit because I know other people liked them. But that was something I was pretty happy to leave behind. Yeah, we got profession talent trees. The herbs you're picking are gray. They are gray. Why? Why can't I get knowledge off of them? So a lore drop, an Orbinid, or a Blessing Blanc. Well, hang on. High chance of gaining skill. But this is an Arathor Spear, and it says it's gray. I don't know, man. These values aren't lining up with the ones that we're finding in the wild. That's fair. Curious if you enjoyed them or if it was just a pain. I mean, I enjoyed them while I was doing them because I liked baking, but I think I liked baking better alone. I found it very difficult to organize my thoughts and to like, I don't know. It was kind of a tricky thing to do, especially when you know people can always see you. Plus the equipment was always a nightmare. It was just a rough show to run as a one-woman operation. At 50, needed to find the special herb, spore radiated. I've picked a number of those as well. And those have also stopped giving me skill, which is a little bit unnerving. Let me find another one. We can see if it's actually gray or not. It's the gnome herbing disadvantage. See, here's an irradiated, which you'd think would give a skill up, but it's gray as well. Is it gray because it's an irradiated mycobloom? Run! Nope. The only good news is we've almost got our overload empowered thing back. I wonder if the last time I got skill was when I overloaded. That's a regular Mica Bloom. Instant flight form. It's not supposed to be kicking me out of my mount form. I've got 40 points in botany, so it's supposed to let me stay mounted, so it shouldn't be that big of a difference. It's just not working correctly right now. Also, I'm not super big on managing my vigor. So my bird gets tired. You can solo that guy, I'm sure. I don't know. His level is question mark. I don't like my odds. We can take a look at him. Hang on. Get rid of shadow form. He's got a skinny arm and he's got a thick arm. Do you think this is where he keeps his keys? I think it's nice that he brings his lights around with him. He only did arm day halfway. Move closer, need to get a better look at him. Is it a world boss? It's a giant. Let me see. Do we have world bosses in the thing yet? The only one listed is Orta the Broken Mountain for like Khazalgar world bosses right now. Alright, I'll die to him. He talked me into it. Here we go. Briny Vomit. Run. Regurgitate Souls. Oh, they're there. They're also level 80. And I'm dead. I don't know if it's a world boss or not, but it could be. Oh, they're still... Oh, there we go. I was going to say they're still alive. I wonder what he's doing on the beach. He looks like he'd be more comfortable in water. He had a buff that didn't have a... It had a name, but no description on it. It had a little cogwheel icon. I'm assuming it's not done yet. I bet you it's a world boss that they're working on. Did I find anything in these? Oh, no, that's right. They're not working. Remember the weekly boss in Nashatar with the 3 NPCs that would wreck groups trying to kill him? Oh, that was so funny. I don't know why I like it so much when world bosses just absolutely murder people. You used to have, oh man, in Maldraxxus, the Maldraxxus world boss as well would do it too. Like they had to put a res timer to stop people from just running in from the spawn point because you would just... I don't remember why. Something about servers, I think. I don't know. Or the Lich King in the Time Rift early in 10.1. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's just kind of funny. Yep, this mount's dragon riding. All the mounts that I'm on are. You can't regular fly in this zone until you get your regular Pathfinder, which isn't available yet. So everything you see me on is skywriting enabled. The bone guy with the bone spears. Yeah. That was a good time. Well, good news is we can overload another thing. So I just have to go find another spore-infused node. And then maybe when I do overload it, I can take my time for a second and I can take a look at it. It's just a regular earthworm spear. Yeah, skywriting, I agree. It's a more kind of like, wow, sort of feeling name than dynamic flight. Oh, mount tired. I guess I can use my free vigor. Alright, well, after I do the next Spore Fuse node, I'm gonna go try the delves. We got 3 delves to do, so that should keep us busy for a little bit. Is Mythic Plus comparable in difficulty as the Mage Tower? The hard ones are. I would say that low keys are easier than the Mage Tower. The tricky thing about Mythic Plus, and it can work for or against you depending on your group, is that the responsibilities of like managing things and stopping things that are dangerous are split among 5 people, more or less. So like, even if you don't stop everything, somebody else might. But there's also the flip side of that is too many things for one person to stop all by themselves. So you are more at the mercy of your group. Whereas one nice thing about Mage Tower, it's both nice and infuriating depending on how self-loathing you are in that given day, is that it's all up to you. So if you can, like if you're up to doing it, you've got it under control. And if you don't got it under control, nobody else is going to do it for you. But yeah, if you can do the Mage Tower, you are absolutely a strong enough player to be in Mythic Plus. What have your thoughts been on delves so far? They seem fine. The testing difficulties are, the ones that are active during leveling, are kind of too easy to give a good idea of whether or not they're actually going to be any fun. But we'll try the new ones. There's definitely a bit of variety to them. The big thing is going to be what it feels like when you're doing it on like a challenging and relevant level of difficulty. Is it frustrating? Does it feel satisfying to complete? How does it feel for your time investment compared to the other modes of content? That kind of thing. That's a delve door. I'm looking for a Spore Fuse node. Yeah, Mage Tower is now always up. They turned it on perma. Altered. Ooh. Hang on. Altered. Well, now I want to overload that one. I'm not gonna overload it. I'm just gonna gather it. New recipe, altered mycobloom. It gave me writhing samples. It also gave me a horrific deadly poison. The power of a crystalline gathering node could counteract it. So if I don't get rid of that poison in 10 minutes, am I dead? Like, I have to loot a crystalline node to clear that? That's funny. Horrific and deadly poison courses for you. Or is it just doing damage over time? I think it might just be hurting me over time. It would be funny if it literally killed you. I wonder if there's going to be like a, I don't know, like a consumable that like cleanses poisons off you that herbalists will just carry with them. Or if you just, you know, trust that you're going to find a crystalline node. Hang on, I might need to top myself up a little bit here. It's a pretty strong dot. Alright, we need a crystalline node stat. Oh, I found a spore fused one. Oh, I want to do the thing, but I've got this poison. Here, I'm going to do the thing anyway. I'm just going to clear some space. And I'll top myself up. I'll put my shield back on. Alright, I'm going to overload this, and then I'm going to try and figure out what the right one is. So the base herb is a mycobloom, in case that matters. We overload it. 3 of them are mycoblooms, and 1 is an orbinid. Is it just the odd one out? No. Oops. Okay. Oh, no, it is, actually. It gave me the orbinid. The other one's disappeared. It is an odd one out game. Okay. I'm cool with that. I can work with that. Those things still look like they're going to hurt you, though. Which is weird because they, like... Yeah, no, that hurts. You don't want to stand in those. They look so lovely. They look like they're going to heal you, and it's not true. Get me out of here. I need a crystalline node. Oh, man. It seems like overloading is not as big of a deal, not as good. Maybe when you get fully spec'd into overloading, it'll give you more of the things like the viridescent spores and stuff, because those might be valuable. But the actual effect you get from overloading the herb doesn't seem super, super good. All right. Any crystalline nodes that can take this debuff off? When this goes live, there's just tons of dead herbalists. I liked the gathering thing in whatchamacallit, in mining and Dragonflight, where you would be on fire from having touched a really hot node, and you would have to go jump into like a lake, jump in a pool. It was pretty fun. This is just a regular herb. I've so far picked up 8 of the verdant seeds and 1 of the irradiated verdant seeds. I haven't found any place to plant them. I wonder if it's easier. It must be easier to find the spore-infused nodes in like these mushroomy areas. How are you enjoying Priest so far? It's good. It's good. Feels comfy. Feels like home. Being a dwarf was great. Poppy racial. Poof, all better. That's a good point. Any crystallized nodes? Save me from 7 minutes of debuff? I guess I could just die. I could literally just wait for death to come claim me, and then in my next life, I won't have this on me. Kind of valid. Feels like giving up. No, Holy doesn't have poison. Holy does disease. Druids do poisons. Who else does poisons? Not priests. We just need to find a crystalline one, which I kind of thought was going to be more easy. Shamans. Druids, shaman, monk. What about this? We found one! We found one! We found one! Slurring my words. Save me! There we go. You touched it. And poison gone. Okay. That's quite enough of that. Where am I? Where's the closest one? Let's go start on the left. Let's go do the Nightfall Sanctum Delve. Here, I'll change my stream title. What key level did you have to do for KSM? Average 5s. I definitely didn't do all of them, but I had a handful of 8s and a 9 in there as well, which kind of balanced out my score. This might mean Alchemist could make money in anti-venom for like the first time ever. Maybe. Although sometimes I think things like that, and then the game comes out, and then no one cares. No one actually does it. I'll see like a cool utility thing that Alchemist can make, and I'm like, man, people are gonna really want these. No, not really. Not if there's any other way around it. I'm sure there'll be some people that'll just heal through the darn thing. Or, you know, like if you are a class with a poison dispel, you could just poison and cleanse it off yourself. Or if you're a dwarf. I liked it better when you clicked an herb and we're done. No overloading, poisoning, burning, or whatever. So if you fully spec into, and I know it's kind of like taking away your oven mitts just so that you can give them back later. But if you fully spec into the overloading thing, the whatchamacallit, the negative effects are reduced and the positive effects are increased. I think I like having herbalism, like gathering professions, have more to them. I think it's kind of cool. Hello, Hazel. Happy Sunday, and hello to all of your viewers. Hello, Balnazar. If I have Dragonflight portals from season 1 or 2, any benefit to doing 10s this season? Don't think so. I'm certainly not doing it. Not unless someone says, hey, get in here, we need you. The only thing that will work is flattery. Alright, let's try the Nightfall Sanctum on tier 2 if possible. The Order of Night are performing a profane ritual to corrupt the area. 30% health and damage, additional traps and challenges, and they will fire a barrage of arrows at any enemies they find. Off and away. What's up, Bran? Maybe I'll have you heal me this time. Just in case, you know? I haven't had Bran heal me yet, so I figure I'll give it a go. He should throw potions and stuff. Goods and repairs. Alrighty. Shall we just, this one doesn't look like I have any kind of limited, movement. I've done a few of them so far where it's like, oh, don't take any steps that you don't have to because you're dribbling candle wax and you don't want to be in the dark. Whoa. I definitely did not hear him say those ships. I heard something else. So yeah, I can run over that and that'll heal me. Thanks, Bran. It's kind of nice. He's just casually leaning against a crate. So I'm here. I am destroying Darkfire braziers. Why do I want to fight everything? Well, because we're playing World of Warcraft. You're going back to the farm. Can you please lead the way? Excuse me, sir. I'm also interested in going back to the farm. Oh, thanks. Found a bit of gold. It's so funny to me that Bran takes the time to say a voice line when he chucks you like 2 gold. It'd be like going out with a friend that like finds a nickel on the road in 2024 and goes, here's one for your savings. Like, thank you. Appreciate it. I think you're overestimating the impact this is going to have on my lifestyle. It's nice that these don't have a timer on them, so you're not rushed through them. They're not long, certainly. Oh, he was scooting. I may or may not get excited when I find spare change. Free buddies, free buddy. I used to back when I used change to pay for things, but I haven't really used cash in a long time, so change is just like a chore in that if I have it, it will stock up until I don't know, I get enough of it to like seek out coin rolls and take it to a bank or something like that. So like I don't want to deal with any of that. So I usually just either leave it or find a lovely tip tray somewhere there where it will be relevant and useful for something. Those are elites. They've got 2 mil health. Can I do it? Is it a good idea? Let's find out. Any good reason not to do it? I don't know if that's Bran's bubble or not.
Now I'm making progress.
Oh, he leveled up. Good job, Bran.
Found a bit of gold.
Thank you. There's no reason to kill these, but there's no reason not to kill them. Next time I see one of those big bubbles. Yeah, that is a brand thing, isn't it? Relic of Oldham, it heals you. I was running out of it because I thought it was healing them. skinning? What did you skin? We killed a devouring shade. He gave me some leather. War Within and Panda Remix looks like so much fun. It's killing my motivation for season 4. Yeah. You can always just like do season 4 really fast. Why can't I? They're immune. Are they immune because of the presence of something like that? Maybe. You have to kill the Inquisitor before you can get the rest of them done. Was this the place I came from? No, this isn't the entrance. This is what the map of the Delve looks like right now, currently. I think that was our door. This doesn't seem to have anything involved. Do I want to jump down? No. There must be there's probably a path over here. I just missed it. Doing the thing where I set up in gear and alt? Doing Prevoker. Oh, cool. Do you like it so far? My friends were trying to talk me into picking my Prevoker up again and taking it through Aberrus because what if I get the legendary? And by trying to talk me into it, I mean somebody mentioned it one time, but, you know, artistic liberties. And I'm thinking, I don't want to do that. What if I get the legendary? I'm going to have to do something about it. Hoping it'll drop for me from Heroic tonight. Good luck. Seems counterintuitive for the bottles to be green. I keep thinking they're poison. Yeah, I feel like even like a sparkly gold thing might look less upsetting than green. I know they can't make them like a red cross because something Geneva Convention, but there's probably something else you can do. Need to dust off my draft here. Alright, so there's the Inquisitor, so we focus on that first. I kind of like support Bran. I guess I don't know how much damage he does in non-support version, but I know there's just like one guy over here, but I feel like I can't leave him alone. I feel like I may as well clear the whole place. Guild says I have bad luck's protection. I spent an hour plus in the character creator on him and he's only level 60. They just have so many options. Evoker's a fun class. Oh, another shade. Maybe Bran will get a skinning knife out again. Whoa, 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 whoa. As long as you stay out of those purple circles, you don't get the barrage to run from, but if you touch them even a little bit, they get very upset. There was also a strange disturbance. It was up, though. Oh, it's up there. Oh, I hit it. Come see me. Come downstairs, please. Ow! Thanks, Bran. Maybe, oops. I did not. I thought it was just gonna, like, march its way down. And everything was gonna be, you know, fine and dandy. Oh, Bran can jump. Good to know. Echoing Void. Oh, I see. That was from me. Okay. Death animation in Delves should be brain skinning you. Oh, I don't know, man. He would. I'm not looking forward to getting all of my 70s to 80. I got most of my 60s to 70. Or whatever our last level cap was. I feel like it was 60. I got characters to the Dragonflight level cap just via time walking.
Nice find.
Pretty much what happened. Back to the same area we were in before. But I've gotten spoiled where if leveling's not like incredibly fast, I'm kind of not interested. For at least for like getting alts through endgame levels. Like I love leveling alts from scratch. And if I start an alt from scratch and I stick with it, I don't usually have any problem getting through those endgame levels. But when I'm just looking at a huge batch of characters that are already at last expansion's endgame, it just seems so overwhelming and exhausting to try and look into getting them leveled. Because usually I'm not doing it to even play them. I'm not like invested in how the character plays or what they're wearing or what they do. I just want another character at endgame level to chuck through like an old raid or something. I think that's part of my problem is that I'm not super invested in the outcome. Missing like 2 classes at max level, waiting for Pandaria. Maybe I should take that lead and just use it as an excuse to level up things that I'm missing. Get myself a mage and a monk. The Shadow Hero specs, do you like more? Oh, the other one for sure. Void Weaver is way more fun than Archon. I'm just playing Archon right now because it was added more recently. I wanted to give it a good chance. Pardon me. But Void Weaver lets you move while casting, oh, what's it called? Void Beam. Having a moment. And from doing dungeons last night, I can tell you, I am queen of starting Void Beam. Hang on. What on earth am I talking about? Void Torrent, thank you. I'm queen of starting Void Torrent and then getting targeted by a mechanic where I have to move because if I finish my Void Torrent, I will die. And being able to move during it would be a pretty big deal. Also, the Entropic Rift is really cool. Here, let's stick ourselves in the other one. What do you think of Archon as a holy main? It seems nice and user-friendly. It seems like a good one to take if you don't want to think about it too hard. That offers like a lot of good benefits for you. Here we go. We're a Void Weaver now. Although, if I'm going to be a Void Weaver, I really need to take Void Torrent. I don't really want Thing from Beyond. What's your favorite raid in WoW? Do I have a favorite raid in WoW? Usually I just say whatever the current one is. I have a little bit of nostalgia for Firelands. It was the first one I ever did with a guild. And then Heimal was the first one I ever did with my guild that I'm in now.
I need a target.
So we found a checkpoint. Delves don't usually take this long. I'm just being incredibly slow. Yeah, Void Weaver seems very cool compared to Archon for Shadow Priest. You know, like this Void Wraith thing that I've turned my Shadow Fiend into is kind of sick. The Entropic Rift looks amazing. Being able to move while Void Torrenting.
I need to target something.
Yeah, this is where it's at.
It's too far away.
The Meeting Stone, I think, is just a checkpoint, like a respawn point if we die in here. But maybe it has some function if you're in here with multiple people, because you can do delves with up to 5. Curious as to what's going on in the next phase after this. I've spent my whole time destroying braziers. Something's not happy. We stopped a ritual. Okay, okay. Heading up the stairs. Void Torrent on 45 seconds. I said I'd get everything to max when they announced the class sets in the trading post. So far I have 7. I love that they kept Shaman till last with hero talents. I hate being a Shaman. Listen, if we've learned anything from Druids and Dragonflight, you don't want to be the first class that they do talents for, because sometimes they haven't figured out what they're doing yet. Maybe they're just taking the time to make them real nice and good and well-baked. Astro George, thank you for the 13-month resub. Do they not have any? Do shamans not have any hero talent specs to play with yet? Or they just not have all of them in? Because if they don't have any of them, that's so rude. Reach the treasure room entrance. Optional use parachutes. Oh. Ah, we're here. We have one, and it's awful. Ellie Resto one. Oh man, Farseer's playable. Only one. That sucks. So Enhance has like nothing.
I need to get closer.
Excuse me. Let me... Bran, help. Thank you. I'm getting a little bit of gold. I got a cloak. Resonance crystals. Pocket lint. And then it seems like they'll help me get out of here. Alright, well that delve was fine. Treasure Seeker's Shawl. Got a cloak transmog from it, I suppose. Let's try the other two and see if there's anything more going on. That one just kind of had like a click on things and stay out of the circle sort of situation. But we got 2 more to take a look at. Let's go do the middle one if it's available, the Sinkhole. I have yet to see a puzzle in a delve. There's sometimes other considerations. 2 of them that I've seen so far have been minimize your steps, like minimize your own movement. And that's kind of it. So far, anyway. Alright, there is this... Oh, we're going farther down. When they say sinkhole, they really mean it. Whoa, they really mean it. Is this the port to the next zone? Are they going to kick me out? Or is this the delve? This looks delvish. Oh. Do you think Heroic Leap would make that easier? I didn't try it on a class that had something like that. It might. It certainly might. Maybe you're just crushing the puzzles so easily. They don't seem like puzzles. Well, keep an eye out for any this time. You let me know. Bran's waiting for me. Looks like the Cobus kidnapped some Arathi. And so we need to go rescue them. Can I swim? Unable to swim due to a Cobus hex in the area, but luckily I can walk on the floor. Strange. So it seems like there's a breath component here. Is this actually going to make underwater breathing classes like Warlock and, I don't know, Undead relevant? Because I'm sure there is like there's an air bubble over there.
Look for the bubbles and get some air.
Oh, thanks, Bran. But it does consume the bubbles, so that you're kind of sort of on a timer, I guess, for this one. We just gotta keep an eye on it. Just get the Callowak thingy. Like jumping puzzles and not like the weird Torghast matching chest. I kind of liked the Torghast matching chest. How does the new Holy Priest hero talent feel? It's fine. It's very user-friendly. It's very straightforward and easy. It boils down to press Halo effectively. Which, not a problem. Probably should get out of that. There we go. I'm curious to see how the theory crafting ends up panning out. I feel like I should avoid the wandering shark. Bran.
What have we here?
Oh, I thought he was discovering the shark. Buddy. Please. Pandaria Remix starts May 16th. 11 days. These things you find are not as exciting as I wanted them to be. I saw the Torghast power interface and I got excited thinking this would be kind of Torghast-like. And they all seem to be like powers that give you like a pretty decent buff for a couple minutes and then they're gone. They start right away. You're not choosing when you use them, and they don't like combo with each other. You're not putting together a build the way that you were in Torghast. Let's use one of these bubbles, shall we? Oh. Bubble? Thank you. These Cobas keep coming from everywhere. Kind of like Cobalt Assembly buffs? Yeah. Yeah, that's a better comparison. Are we doing okay? We've rescued 2 of Adarathi. This one does feel very different from the other ones that I've done so far. I have yet to see an Arubian. That's something. Currently sending 3 characters through Northern Dragon Race. 1 for the achievement, 2 for the rest of the transmogs and toys. Nice. Did you already get your arch stuff for Kata? I don't think I understand. I don't have any plans to play Kata Classic if that's relevant. back when Cataclysm was current. Oh, hey, I found a puzzle. Although I am still drowning, so that is something. But I found a puzzle. There you go. What happened? What did I get? A molten engine. Barrier that absorbs damage and then explodes when it expires. But yeah, back when it was current, I got a mount and a vial of the sands recipe and then a vial of the sands and not everything, but there's definitely some transmogs that I didn't get, like the Zinrock sword, and there's like a dwarven cloth robe or something. Didn't do that. Maybe that's waiting for me one day. I've collected all of the other transmog in the game somehow. I'm like, you know what I gotta do is I gotta go do some archaeology. Was it a staff? Mm. It does seem like once you've done the first stage, there's not a lot of delve left. So even though this first part does feel kind of long, I think we're almost finished. Get the breath bar back. There's a bunch of a bunch of me ghosts. Yeah, I also think that archaeology should have been given a look for Dragonflight. I was disappointed to see it put down. Especially when they brought back the Azerothian archives, and instead of any kind of reattention to archaeology, we got the digging world quest. I don't know about that. I did do one last night because it occurred to me that I'm still missing 2 achievements for the meta. But maybe that's okay. Maybe I don't need to get the title. Where's your Pandaria Remix Guide video? The Saturday news that came out after testing had all of the information that I had about it, about Pandaria Remix in it. They only opened up testing for like 3 days. You know what I did randomly last night, actually, that was kind of unlike me? Was I turned on a sports game because I saw a button when I was like browsing, I don't know, Apple TV or something, and I'm like, there's no way this is gonna work. They're gonna want me to get a subscription or something. But I like pressed it to turn it on, and then it did work. And I was like, huh, I've only ever seen like highlights and stuff. I wonder what like an actual everyday game looks like. So I watched a bit of a soccer game. I think it was MLS soccer. It was the Vancouver Whitecaps versus some people from Texas. And I was like kind of sort of like trying to figure out what was going on and get invested and like figure out what the rules were. And all I managed to see was a referee make a call that made everybody boo at him, and then I hope that they don't know what he drives because that stadium was not very happy with him. And then like nothing happened. Somebody almost got a penalty kick but didn't. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to turn this off. You know what? I'm going to check in later to find out what happened and to find out who won. Because when I left, it was halfway through the game and the score was 0-0. And later that night, I like asked, like, hey, who won the Whitecaps game? And I looked it up, and the game ended with a scoreless draw. Nobody scored the entire game. And I don't know if that's just like indicative of that particular branch of soccer, or if that's unusual for that to happen, or if sports is just like way more boring than people make it seem like it's going to be. Dallas Stars? It was like an Austin, Texas team. They were specifically Austin something. Soccer can be like that. Welcome to soccer. I felt bad because there was a player in the Vancouver team that like fell on his foot funny and was like injured, or I think he maybe had a pre-existing injury that was like aggravated too much by like this thing that he did. And for what? For a scoreless draw. The poor guy. My goodness.
I need to target something first.
Anyway, I still enjoyed my time. But I was thinking, because I was like watching the game and the stadium was pretty full. They were at BC Place in Vancouver. And I'm thinking all of those people bought tickets and went out in this weird warm humid night because it was like really humid and like muggy yesterday. So like all of the people were just like dripping sweat, even the spectators. And you watch like a 2+ hours of a game and nothing, nobody wins, nobody scores, nothing happens. Goodness. 2-1 is the most common average outcome of a soccer game. Oh. So I found the treasure, but I feel like I need Bran to come open it for me. Did I lose him? Bran? There's Bran. I haven't seen him in a while. Did he pick a fight with a shark or something? Hello, everyone. Hello. 0 of 1 treasure found. I would love to find the treasure. I like baseball because hit ball, go far.
I need to get closer.
I think it's fascinating to watch professionals do their jobs, just in general. Like, watch somebody that is really good at something do a good job at it, which I think is the basic premise of sports, is that they've come up with all kinds of various arbitrary things that somebody can become good at so we can all be impressed by how good they are. But nobody did the thing! Also, I guess I'm going to backtrack and go try to find Bran. It looks like he's all the way back there. And I can't jump or anything or swim, so I'm going to... watch it. The appeal of soccer is not the numbers at the end, it's the whole journey of the game. I suppose so. I don't know. I guess I haven't interviewed anybody that was at that game to find out if the journey to 0-0 was worth it. The only sports I watch are the Olympics now. That stuff's cool. Soccer and volleyball are my favorite to watch if I'm going to watch any. It is a bit strange that the treasure room isn't accessible until you've gone there with your... I don't know what's happened to Bran. I guess we'll just backtrack until... I think you can meet him at the supplies. Oh, Bran leveled up. Good for him. Does he want to come over here? Here, I should be able to get him back over here. Hello? Bran? Oh, for heaven's sake. Well, maybe he's just back up here. I swear, if he's picked a fight with the shark. My breath bar seems gone. Yeah, I've got max health and water breathing now. Buddy? Hello? How you feeling? I can heal him. Can I life grip him? There's no way, right? Follow-up question, do I have life grip? Follow-up question, can I get life grip? I'm not happy about it, but I'll give up bulwark for it for a sec. Bran bugged beard. Evokers and Demon Hunters are allowed in Remix. They said they're not increasing the cap on Evokers, so be mindful of which, like if you already have an Evoker and you want to make one for Remix, you need to make it on a different server. Oh, you can. Oh, bud. All right, I'm actually going to pull this shark.
It's too far away.
Oh, jeez. All right. Come on, bud. Please. We can't finish it without you. Now, question is that at the end? Or is that at the beginning? Because the whole thing kind of wraps around, doesn't it? I guess I'm just running around anyway. At least I can water walk. Yeah, he might have gotten ported to the end where I need him to be. I'm gonna go check. I wonder what happened to him. I don't have any more relevant info. Poor guy. Shame I can't mount. I think he got upset. I think he got in combat with the shark in some way.
There's treasure close by.
You don't say. That's so funny that you can leap of faith him. I didn't think he was going to be grippable. Some zones had 2 delves. This zone has 3. I think there's 13 delves in total. I'm gonna get resonance crystals. I got an abyss collar horn. That's a toy that we can go try out after we get out of here.
I can't loot that right now.
There's some very mild amounts of gold. We have one more delve that we haven't tried yet in this particular zone. There's no lockout, I don't think. You can do them as many times as you want. The end chests, though, like the good ones, you need a key for, and there's a limit to how many keys you can get in a week. So that's kind of how they've time-gated it. Delves are not always exactly the same, but they're also not procedural. I think it's like a week-to-week change, maybe, for affixes. Or maybe something else makes them change. But I know there might be different difficulties present. Just managed to pug a 5, 340, ready to go. Nice. Yeah, you got this easy, I believe. So this is the delve. I want to leave. Because this, I thought this was, I see. They made such a big deal about it not being a loading screen. I don't think I care. I don't think it would have been a problem for it to be a loading screen. I don't know. What's considered the hardest Mythic Plus dungeon this season? Life pools? A lot of people say life pools. There's probably a website that has like actual tier list ratings for them. I say Algathar, but I'm just one person. And everybody tells me I'm wrong. I hate Algathar. I don't like it. I'm not going back and you can't make me. I did an 8 last night. It was fine. I wasn't healing. I guess I should say I hate healing Algathar. Alright, let's go try out the Mycomancer Cavern. Is it true that a tiger can beat up a lion? Are you trying to get me to give you sports betting? Clairvoyancy again? Is that what's going on here? Is this the Super Bowl? I think the Super Bowl's over. I hate the burden AI, especially when the DPS panic and turn on the wind first. Oh man. Nelth has been my worst. I very much agree that Nelth has like a really tight timer. I will not let you bankrupt me again. Who won the Super Bowl? I think Taylor Swift. From my limited understanding. Oh, there's an irradiated Erythor spear. I don't want any radiated stuff. I'm just gonna wait for my vigor to come back. Nelth feels long. I wish they cut the entire upper smith section. Going to the mammoth is so quick. I'm wondering if I'm going to be able to even... I guess I don't know if it's up. It's probably not up. I don't know why I felt like I needed to fly over that thing. I'm looking up at it being like, there's no way my vigor is going to take me up there. Apparently it doesn't matter. Alright, Mycobloom Caverns. Let's see. Mycomancer Cavern. We could do it on tier 1 if we wanted it to be less challenging, but... Alright, Bran. Nah, stay as a healer. Hello, can you help me? Yeah, sure, what's up? The Fungarians have taken my pigs and plan on using them as their own personal spore farm. Uh-oh. You have to get my pigs back. They're needed back at the farm. For what? Any of those Fungarians you find, just enough to make the farm safe. I'll get your pigs back and make the Fungarians pay for this. Please be gentle with my pigs. They scare easily. Like you're not raising bacon. Oh dear. I like her shovel.
Let's get that. Those spores will blow up if we hit them.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe they're truffle pigs. Spore bit. You can blow those up. So if I like pull this guy into these. I really thought I was gonna do something there.
We can get around by jumping on those big mushrooms.
Oh, thanks, Bran. Oh, found a piggy. This one's named Miss Lily. Okay, now I really hope they're truffle pigs because if they are pork pigs and you have named them Miss Lily, I have questions.
Champion, you're getting stronger.
Oh, I leveled up. We shouldn't log out. They're not going to let us back into the zone. Boing. That Fungarian is riding a Salamancer. That's sick. Look at him go.
Found a bit of gold.
This one's Mr. Pepper. Uh-oh. Mr. Pepper, I'm sorry. This isn't up to me. Ah! Bran! He said, I'll count that as saved if you do. Oh, dear me.
Smell that? It's treasure. I know it. We're close.
This one is Dr. Pigment, which is a phenomenal name for a pig.
Let's get that nasty off.
Like this one the most, it's wacky. Yeah, it feels a little bit more... I don't know, I feel freer to kind of like run around and check things out. I don't feel like I'm gonna drown. I don't feel like I'm gonna trip into a bombing run The debuff here is the explosive spore bits. They will pursue adventurers if they detect movement or are damaged. But I guess you can use them to maybe kill the ads too.
Look around. There's treasure here.
Bran, your treasures kind of suck. They're 2-minute buffs that I don't even notice that I have. Maybe there'll be more... Oh. Oh. Sorry. I feel like I need to light a candle for Mr. Pepper. I didn't even check the name of that last one that I had to put down. Oh dear.
Hey, be careful.
Thanks, Bran.
Keepers preserve you.
Have you tried being careful? We got 6 more pigs left to save. What kind of advice? How's the delves if you had to sum it up? In one word, they're fine. they're fine. It's basically a scenario with some treasure at the end. Oh, it didn't reset its health. That's kind of neat. Bran, are you coming or are you going to get lost like last time? Buddy, please. I don't even remember how I snapped him. I gripped him and then he snapped to the next part of the thing. Yeah, it's a 1-minute buff chance when attacking an enemy to root them in place for 3 seconds. Oh boy. Are you coming? I gotta go get him. Buddy. I had to spec into life group just to rescue Bran. You can do it, dude. You did it last time. Alright, that actually worked.
What have we here?
Oh boy. This one at least is kind of cool. You get 15% extra damage, and it doesn't go away until you're below half health. That's kind of nice.
There's treasure close by.
Just keep up, Bran. He was jumping up these things earlier. If I have to grip you up every hill... Why does he not want to jump? What's the cooldown on this? 1.5 minutes. Maybe it messed up his tummy and he learned from it. I look forward to doing delves because it looks more fun than researchers under fire. That is true. I will say it's more fun than a public event.
There's treasure close by.
Can you please? Are you mad because I didn't get the treasure? Is that the trouble? Should I walk you around until you find the thing you're looking for? Is it this? Is it not that? I don't know, it kind of looks like treasure. Whatever. What do you like so far about the new expansion? I think the zones look beautiful. The dungeons are definitely different. They're cool. They're I guess different's a strong word. They're fresh, you know. They're new dungeons and they have nice themes and you know, they feel fresh. And then I like things being more account-wide. I'm a big fan of that. I have lots of alts. I don't even think there is treasure close by. I think he was talking about this buff I got from the Nerubian.
Look around. There's treasure here.
This is a broken moldy crate. Is that your problem? No? Okay. This seems like a suspicious pile of dirt. I guess it's just a bush. Come on, Bran. You can do it. Even if there is treasure, it should be optional. Will you do it now? Boink. Listen, Bran, I'm gonna go ahead and save the pigs. I'll come back for you, I guess. Let me know when you're ready to jump.
Those spores will blow up if we hit them.
Thanks, buddy. Hope since delves are short, they don't ignore replayability so that they are a grind. Because he's 2 mushrooms ago. It is going to take years to yoink him all the way over here if he doesn't want to use his own 2 feet. Maybe he'll snap if I get far enough ahead. I like Bran, but whenever he calls me champion, I want to leave him behind. What's that, Piggy? That's Lieutenant Porkinsworth. Oh, man. I mean, it's no Mr. Pepper. If I get to the treasure room and it won't let me open it, I'm just gonna leave, because it's just like 7 gold and a green in there anyway. I don't really need Bran to open the door for me for testing purposes.
I need to target something first.
This one is Cookie Crumb. This person is, whoever named these, has definitely had a batch of animals in Stardew Valley to name before. 7 gold you get to keep? But it's alpha. I don't even get to keep it. Alright, we got a new stage. We need to slay Bog Piper. I guess Terry Tails. Hang on. I need a screenshot of this for my friend. Wait, no, he's gone! Alright, well, if it comes up. They named a mushroom after you. Well, I found the respawn point. I wonder if I die if Bran would respawn here with me. If I end up needing him, that might be a good thing to try. There's Bog Piper. I feel like I've been playing WoW pretty casually through Dragonflight compared to how much time I used to spend in it. Whoa. Whoa! Okay, I gotta fight this thing. I wonder if I wanted to play it more intently during the War Within, what else I would get myself into, because it doesn't seem like it's gonna really ask any more of my time. I am not using any add-ons right now. All of this is built-in UI. It's also, the UI is the same UI that's available in Dragonflight. What do you think about them adding an item that can convert extra copies of rare raid mounts into other mounts? 3 copies of Flame Talon can't bring myself to delete them. I think it's a neat idea, but the problem then becomes the fact that the best way to farm any mount is to find the easiest one to farm, the one that you can do the fastest, and just do that. I call those bonus mounts. I keep them for bragging rights. I have a spawn of Horadon in my bank somewhere. I'm not doing a very good job of fighting this guy. Alright, Bogpiper defeated. Hey, look who it is! I got spores in my beard. Multiple KSMs? Yeah, maybe. A Hearthstone streamer said that Hearthstone might be coming on Steam because of a poster that Blizzard posted by mistake. Could that be happening to other Blizzard games too? I guess maybe. I don't know. My question is, what does it matter, I guess? What's the significance to us as WoW players that are already playing it on the BNet launcher? Because maybe there is something that, like, it opens up that's really cool that I haven't thought of yet, but I don't know. It's kind of like somebody saying, oh man, your favorite coffee brand that you get at this store, they're going to start carrying it at another store. That's probably all right. Seems fine. I'd like that to put WoW on my Steam Deck. Too stupid to do it the Linux way. Let us sell the extra copies for gold because it sucks to delete them. You can get the BNet launcher on Steam already. Probably won't change much. Alrighty. Well, that was a fun day on Alpha. We did 3 delves. We poked around with the herbs a bunch. I'm still kind of bummed I didn't get to like actually plant these seeds in the Hellfall herb farm, but I think that my instinct is that it's just not testable right now. I feel like that's something that maybe is going to be, I don't know why they would make the herb farm level 80. It doesn't seem like something that would need to be, but I guess maybe it is. Moosey, are you here to say hi to people before we wrap up for the day? You want to come visit? Did you find one of your toys? Hang on a second. Are you a puppy? Oh, did you bring this for me? Did you bring this for me? Have you met my dog? Have you met Lucy? Just don't want to roll over your paws here, bud. Hi. Hi. How you doing? How you doing? Wait. I got it. Whoa. It's right here. You want to jump? Oh. Can you jump? Let's see. Can you touch? Oh, you can do it. You can do it. Touch. Oh, good boy. There you go. You want to touch? You look kind of tired. I feel like he's giving me the energy of, Mom, just give it to me. I don't really want to tug with you right now. Can I just have it? What a good puppy. He's pretty strong. Where's your kitty? She's around. She's probably in the bedroom right now. If Moose is in here, I would guess that she's asleep on the bed. And that's why my partner let Moose into the cat area. Although he's doing very good with her. He's calmed down a lot. You have dog breath. This thing has definitely sustained some damage. The squeaker, I think, has been gone. But I keep saying I'm gonna sew it up for you. What do you think? Should I come out there and hang out with you? Should we wrap this bad boy up? Hi. Yeah. You keep bumping. Shepherd mixes are the best. When your parents make you do something in front of their friends, right? Alright, I'm gonna wrap up. Thank you very much for joining me. I'll be back on Wednesday, because Monday, Tuesdays are Hazel days off, but I'll be back. I appreciate your company. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.